Hey, what's up everyone? Today, we're playing some Planet Coaster. About 2 weeks away from the launch of Planet Coaster 2, I think. 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks. We got just like a week and a half to go. Let's see, so I completed all the beginner scenarios. Now I'm gonna do one of the easy ones. I remember this one. This is a fun one. The easy ones are a lot of fun because there's really no challenge and you can just build whatever. Hey, what's up, Ian? Let's pause this. I don't like the paths. Why is the path 20 feet in the air? Let's get rid of all this first. What are the goals? We got scenery rating, monthly profit, build a coaster. Yeah, that's pretty easy. None of the goals are related to the path, but I just can't work when the paths look like that. I just can't do that. Got 50 floating people over here. These people are like, what is going on? Sheer amazement. I think they can still get to everything, even if I remove this. Yeah, it's okay. I'm sure some people will show up. It's also been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've streamed. It's all good. My goal was to play at least like half of the scenarios before Planet Coaster 2 comes out, but I'm gonna play like 5 of them because there's no way I can do like all 20 or 30 of them in the next week and a half. I'll see as far I'll see how far I can get in the campaign. Because it's gonna be an event once Planet Coaster 2 comes out, and I'm not gonna play this game probably ever again once we have the second one. Where does this path go? Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, launch day, if not before. If there's any way I can get early access to it, I will stream it early. But right now that's looking unlikely. They're given early access to some people, but not others, and I think I'm in the other category. So we'll see. But yeah, as soon as it comes out, I'm gonna be streaming that. What are the limits of the park? Okay, I can build up to there. I really don't like whatever this is. This is really ugly, and I don't like that, but I'm just gonna leave it as it is for now. Okay, now comes the fun part. It's roller coaster time. What options do we have? We have Steel Vengeance, RMC Hybrid. We have Mach, Launched Coaster. We have Schwarzkopf, Shuttle Loop, Aero Mine Train, Vekoma SLC, or just a classic PTC wooden coaster. I think I'm leaning towards either the mine train or the wooden coaster. What are we thinking? What are we thinking in the chat? We need like a classic coaster to start off with. The Mach? No, we gotta start with the classic. We gotta start with the classic first. Then can come the Mach. Actually, no. I'll do the Mach. I'll do the Mach. I have an idea for it. Where do I put it? I'm gonna have it launch. So it's gonna launch, and then it's gonna do like a inversion over the entrance. I'll put it... I gotta level out the ground over here first. Yeah, that'd be like a good headlining attraction, like a roller coaster that launches over the entrance. That'd be pretty cool. I think... yeah. Okay. Should I have it do like a little pre-drop section? Or like a little JoJo roll first? A real launch shot that Copperhead Strike BS. Velocity Rides, what's up? We got under 2 weeks to go for the launch of Planet Coaster 2. I cannot wait. JoJo roll? Alright. I don't think I've ever built a JoJo roll in this game. I'll see what I can do. I don't know about the shaping on that, but... I don't think that's a JoJo roll. I think I invented something else. Let's try that again. Can you heartline? In this game? Is this heartlining? Oh, that is heartlining. Okay, I figured it out. There we go. I think that looks better. I don't know if that looks better, actually. That looks... Oh no. I'll try to smooth it out and see if I can salvage it. What did I do? I don't know if the smoothing tool's gonna fix that or just make it worse. Oh no. Oh, that looks horrible. Aerodynamics JoJo roll. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's as good as I can get it. Hopefully the smoothing tool in the next game is way better because... Oh, this looks awful. Alright. That's good enough. That does a little turn. It's gonna be like Copperhead Strike for the first half. It's gonna turn over here. Wait, no. It's gonna turn a little bit. Into the first launch. First launch, 35 miles per hour, no, 45. Oh no, I'm out of money. Oh shoot, I wasn't looking at the money. Alright, let's see if we can get a loan. Oh yeah, we can get a loan. There we go. How awful does it look when it goes through that? Let's see. Oh, that looks awful. Why does it stop all the way up there? Oh, I think I just need one holding section. Now it's an arrow. Can it reach the top speed with just that launch section? Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. Can I make it through that? Oh, that's some good hang time there, look at that. That's like the actual Copperhead Strike right there. I like that. It's gonna do some little twist over here, and it's gonna go into a launch over the entrance, and then it's gonna go back to the station. Yeah, like over here. Yeah, I need it back here to do the launch. Yeah, there we go. And now it does the launch right here. Yeah, that'll work, I think. I think I can stop having it crash into the ground now and pause the game. There we go. Top speed. What's the top speed of Copperhead Strike? I think that's like 50 something. Oh, this one go like 60. I think 60 is a good top speed. Launch up a spike and have a switch track. Unfortunately, in Planet Coaster 1, there's no switch tracks. So I can't do that, but in the second game, in Planet Coaster 2, they are adding switch tracks. So I'm looking forward to that, but right now I can't do that, unfortunately. 15 miles per hour for Copperhead Strike. Okay, I'll have this one go like 55. I think some mock coasters go like 70. I'm trying to keep it somewhat realistic. I'll go 60. Drop tracks are cool. I don't think there's a single mock coaster with a drop track, is there? Imagine a drop track on Copperhead Strike. That would be awesome. You get back to the station, then you just drop. When the drop track is gonna be slow like the launch is. I'm hoping they've gotten over that period of really slow launches, because Starfall Racers looks pretty intense. So I'm thinking that was just a phase for them. We'll see, we'll see. I'm hoping that phase is over, and we can get actual launches now. Let's do a 0G roll over the entrance. Starfall Racers only has one inversion? Really? Do both sides have one inversion? Or does only one side have the inversion? Because I know they do like a crossover where one side goes under and it's not inverted, and the other side goes over and it is inverted. Is it just the crossover element that has the inversion? Really? I thought that each side would have one. That's interesting. So there's like a less thrilling side, and then there's the side that inverts. I wonder if the thrilling side is going to have a longer wait than the non-inverting side. I haven't heard them market that way though. I'm assuming that both sides are going to be pretty intense. Otherwise, they would market one as like the calm side and one as the extreme side. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. "48-inch height requirement? Oh, that's crazy. What's the height requirement for Velocicoaster? Because I know it's not all that either." Oh, I can't wait for Epic Universe. That's gonna be great. "3 inches lower height requirement than Velocicoaster." Yeah, that's great. So basically everyone's gonna be able to ride it, which is wonderful. I'm gonna have like a little booster launch under the pathway. Oh no, I ran out of money again. How many loans can you take out? This wasn't supposed to be an arrow, but it kinda is now, because I'm going bankrupt halfway through making it. It's not even anything special anyways. What can I get rid of? Do I get money if I sell these trees? I do. Okay, just get rid of all the trees. Okay, $700 from those trees. $200 there. Alright, let's see if I can finish the coaster now. Just sell the trees, demolish the environment until I can finish it. And then I'll do like a big airtime hill right here. I'm out of money again. I need just enough to get it to come back over the pathway and make it back to the station. We don't need the teacup ride. We can get rid of the teacup ride, and that's an extra $1,000. And each piece of track is like $200. We'll make it work, we'll make it work. Actually, I froze time. So these people over here, waiting for the teacups. Now these were the people on the teacups. I froze time and then I just erased the teacups from existence. They don't even know. They don't even know what's happened yet. They're frozen in the moment. But it's okay, because when they come back to reality, they're gonna realize there's an awesome launch coaster over there. Sacrifices. Sacrifices for the betterment of the amusement park. Oh, got some more trees. Yeah, I just need to come back over here, over the pathway, and then into the brake run, and it'll be good. I think $2,000 should be enough. Let's sell these trees too. There's an extra $100. That should be enough. Let's see. Almost there. $1,500 left. Each piece of track is $200. I'll do like a little... Ooh, I could do like a little stall over the pathway. That would be cool. Yeah. All the building and having no clue if it'll make it sucks, yeah. Because the problem is I'm doing a campaign right now, I'm doing a scenario. So if it doesn't make it through, I'm not going to have enough money to fix it. So I'm just kind of crossing my fingers right now, hoping for the best. It'll work out though, I'll figure it out. Then one little final airtime hill. Into the brakes. Oh no, that was my last dollar. Look at that, it's so close. That was my last dollar. Hmm. Actually, no, I think it should probably turn a little bit closer to the station here, just to be safe. What else can we sell? Okay, we don't need all the pathways. We don't need all this. You haven't played Planet Coaster in 5 years? Planet Coaster 2 comes out in less than 2 weeks. So I'm just replaying this, getting ready for Planet Coaster 2. November 6th, Planet Coaster 2 comes out. Mark your calendar. Really looking forward to that game. I'm not trying to overhype myself, especially... I hope Planet Coaster 2 doesn't get delayed. I don't think it's gonna get delayed. They already have a lot of influencers playing it. They had a big event at Thorpe Park this week. So it's in a playable state. It's gonna be buggy upon release, because most AAA games... I don't know if you would call it a AAA game, but most games nowadays are a little bit rushed, and upon release they're really buggy. So it's gonna be buggy upon release, but I think they're not gonna delay it. I'm hoping the best for the release. I'm hoping that the release isn't a mess and it's not buggy and it's in a good state, but we'll see. Frontier usually likes to save a couple things for DLC. I know when Planet Coaster 2, when Planet Coaster 1 came out, it only had a certain number of coaster types, and they saved a lot of those for DLCs and future updates. And I'm sure they're going to do the same thing with Planet Coaster 2. But we'll see how many they save and how many they actually give us. Crossing fingers it's as good as this was. I think they're just pretty much taking this game, they're just taking the base game, and they're just adding stuff to it. I mean, they're adding water slides, they're adding new coaster types. I think for the most part it's the same game, just with added content and an engine update. So I'm sure it's still going to be a good game. The only thing I'm not sure about is the price tag. I think it's like $40 for the game and 60-something for the deluxe edition. And if the game's as similar to this one, if it's like the same game, I don't think it's justifiable to pay the price just for added content, but we'll see. My only concern for Planet Coaster 2 is I wish they would have better default coaster stations. Yeah, especially in the original Planet Coaster, this is the only station you get, and it's kind of annoying because A, it's a really small station, and it really limits your options of what you can do with it. There hasn't been any news about Planet Coaster 2 having new stations or anything like that, so I'm not sure if we'll see that, but I really hope so. That'd be really cool if we got new stations. I think a lot of us have concerns with the game. Especially the UI they've showed in some of the gameplay trailers looks a little questionable. I've seen a lot of bugs in videos and footage of the game, but still it's in an early state. It's not released yet, so we'll have to wait and see how many of those bugs get fixed, how much of that UI is fixed. I'm gonna hold my judgment until we actually have our hands on the game. Yeah, it's the Copperhead Strike Train. Cedar Fair did a partnership with Planet Coaster and Frontier Games, and I think it was in 2018, they added Steel Vengeance to the game, and they added Copperhead Strike. And there's also, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I don't think I have that unlocked, but they have the Cedar Point sign. They have the Cedar Point logo in the game because Cedar Fair did a partnership with Frontier Games a couple years ago. You have some custom builds on this shop. Do you mean the Steam Workshop? I have some things uploaded to the Steam Workshop as well for other people to use. I really like that they have the Steam Workshop integrated with this game, but I think they're getting rid of that with Planet Coaster 2 and they're using their own system. I'm just hoping it's as good as the Steam Workshop, because I love seeing what other people have built. Creations. I don't think they have Iron Menace in this game. I think when they partnered with, when Cedar Fair partnered with Frontier Games, I think they just did Steel Vengeance and Copperhead Strike. But the newest coaster that Cedar Fair's created is Iron Menace. Of course, Alpine Fury and everything comes out next year. Oh, Dorney Park's your home park? Iron Menace is great. It's got like a couple potholes and a slight rattle, but the theming is great. It's a really fun ride. I need to sell stuff so I can finish this coaster. What could I sell? I don't know what to do. Why can't I place a block section here? I don't know what's going on. Dorney Park is awesome. They have a great collection of rides there. Don't say what your home park is because you're ashamed. What, Michigan's Adventure? There's a lot of great small parks. I think... I don't know, unless it's something silly. Am I gonna go back to Great Adventure to ride El Toro and get a last ride on Kingda Ka? I mean, at this point, they're just rumors. I don't know if I really believe those rumors. I'm gonna wait until I hear official word from the park that they're gonna get rid of it. Because at this point, they're all just rumors. But I definitely intend to go back to Great Adventure at some point to ride Kingda Ka. Oldest ride at Dorney is the Whip, and it's still active to this day. I know, it's great, I rode it. That's such a fun ride. They have such a good collection of coasters there. They have old ones, they have new ones, it's great. I wish more parks had classic coasters like that. Or not necessarily coasters, just classic rides in general. They also have Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk's 100 now. Your home park is Fiesta Texas? That's you're pretty lucky with that. That's a good home park. I've only been there once, but it's a great park. Oh no, Valley Fair. Your home park's Valley Fair. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a real shame. You wish there was a way they could separate themselves from Cedar Fair. Well, it's Six Flags now, Six Flags. And then maybe they can invest in themselves. I've heard rumors that in 2026 Valley Fair is getting something. I'll tell you that much. But as Valley Fair is right now, it's not the best park. I went there once, and I was sorely disappointed by Valley Fair. I mean, you have Texas Stingray in the same city. I think yeah, Fiesta Texas could use a wooden coaster, but Texas Stingray isn't too far away, and that's a great wooden coaster. Pun intended. Like Great Coasters International. Oh no, what did I just do? I don't know if I can finish this coaster. I'm like almost out of money. Yeah, that should be enough. Let's see. There we go. And I have $3,000 left. I should be able to finish the queue and everything. You're planning a trip to Kings Island and Cedar Point. Any tips? Like, should you get fast lane? Depends on what time you go. If you can go, if you're able to go in like the next couple weeks, go on a Thursday to Cedar Point. There's no lines. There's no one there on the Thursdays during Halloween weekends. But if you're planning on going like summer next year, you're gonna need a fast lane for Cedar Point. You almost went on a rant about how much season passes have ruined Valley Fair. What's bad about season passes? A lot of people don't know. Trolleys? I haven't heard of that. That's interesting. Yeah, at Kings Island, you probably don't need a fast lane. Depends on which day you go. If you're going on a Saturday in the summer, you might want to get one, but you're not going to need it. The worst lines at Kings Island are going to be good lines that you'd find at Cedar Point. Kings Island, most rides get like a maximum of an hour wait. At Cedar Point, that's like a minimum. For Maverick and Steel Vengeance, that's the minimum wait. You're going in April. Hopefully you won't need it. I think, well, first of all, Cedar Point doesn't open until May. You're not going to be able to go to Cedar Point in April. But yeah, if you're going early in the season, you're not going to need it for Kings Island, first of all. But for Cedar Point, you might want it. It's never a bad idea to get it when you're at Cedar Point. I got a fast lane at Carowinds and only went on Fury 325 before the park closed due to heavy rain. Yeah. Generally with tickets and fast lanes and stuff like that, they're not going to refund you, but that's a shame. Yeah, Kings Island opens in late April, Cedar Point opens in early May. If you want to hit both of them, I would go probably mid to late May. But at that point, they're weekends only. The next park to get a Giga. I don't know, that's a tough one. Because there's so many parks in that chain now, especially The Six Flags chain has so many parks, it's hard to choose which one we'll get next again. I think we have to wait and see what their spending habits are going to be. Because the old Cedar Fair started to spend money on parks like Dorney Park, smaller parks. But it's to be determined if Six Flags is going to keep doing that. Six Flags Magic Mountain, you think so? Giga at Six Flags Magic Mountain? Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they love Kings Island, they love Six Flags Magic Mountain, and they love Cedar Point. But those parks already have a lot of investment. I don't think they need that much more. I'd love to see a Giga Coaster at a smaller park. One that could really benefit from ticket sales and higher attendance. Dorney Park had the biggest public swimming pool in all of America? I did not know that. That's really interesting. Economy is so bad nowadays to where I don't think any parks will be getting a major... I don't think so either. Especially, there's been this trend where a lot of parks are investing in family attractions, and they've seen a huge return in investment from those family attractions, and those family attractions cost next to nothing. I'd be really surprised if we see parks getting Giga Coasters or anything to the size and scale of like Kingda Ka or Millennium Force or Fury 325. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon. Especially when most parks are investing in family attractions. If Six Flags Great Adventure rips out Kingda Ka, they're gonna need a big ticket attraction. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said earlier, they're just rumors. I'm not really thinking too much about them until the park actually says something. The park isn't gonna give, like, 1 week notice to get your final rides in on Kingda Ka. I mean, they gotta announce that at least, like, 2 or 3 months in advance. If they do, they are gonna need a huge replacement attraction. There's also rumors that Green Lantern's gonna get removed. And I mean, no one's gonna care about Green Lantern, that's fine. But if they remove both of those attractions, they're gonna need something huge. I could easily see a Giga Coaster going there, if that's the case. But otherwise, I don't think a lot of parks are gonna invest in that, especially when most parks have been investing in family attractions. I mean, Kings Island just opened a family coaster, and I could see a lot of parks getting something similar to that. The swimming pool went from Iron Menace to the Whip, a total of 200 yards. Wow. When was it removed? That's interesting. Because that's nowhere near the water park. The water park's on like the other side of the park. But I guess probably back then they didn't have the water park. Family coasters are cheap, fun, and families which spend the most money at a park. That's true. So it makes more sense for the parks to get them instead of thrills. I think there's still a place for thrill coaster investments, but a lot of parks, especially parks like Cedar Point almost exclusively has thrill coasters. So I think Cedar Point especially needs a couple family coasters. Six Flags Magic Mountain could really use some family coasters too, and Great Adventure could use some. I think it really makes sense for parks to invest in the family coasters. Especially parks that have very few. Let's be honest, if you get a Fury type ride, then it's going to be better than Ka as a full circuit. I don't know, I think Kingda Ka is so unique. I mean, it holds a world record. It's one of a kind. I don't know. I don't know about that. You heard Six Flags is known for shutting things down with no announcement. Well, there was just the merger between Cedar Fair and Six Flags, so it's a new Six Flags. I don't think the past actions of the old Six Flags are going to be very similar to the new Six Flags. Especially after the merger. I think they're going to handle things a lot differently, or at least I hope so. I hope that they would just randomly announce the closure with no warning. But as things are right now, it's just a rumor, and I'm not gonna pay it too much I'm not gonna give it too much attention or pay it much mind. The new Gravity Group Woodies seem to be pretty popular. I mean, the old Six Flags bought one, and Cedar Fair was gonna buy one, but then they got rid of that and they got Iron Menace instead. Kentucky Kingdom got one, but that was also before it was Hershind that owned it. So no chains have really bought it yet. I think there have been 2 in the US, to my knowledge. Oh, don't even mention Boardwalk Bullet. I went to Texas primarily to ride Boardwalk Bullet, and of course Boardwalk Bullet was closed. The closest good Woody is Boardwalk Bullet. Now, Texas Stingray is great. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, if you're in San Antonio, go ride Texas Stingray. That's a great one coaster. Don't... Boardwalk Bullet is a sensitive subject on this channel. The swimming pool was turned into the boating pond in the late 70s, then became a bumper boat pond in the 80s for the zoo. Dorney Park had a zoo in the 90s. Oh. Interesting. Kingda Ka is a landmark. I highly doubt they'd be ripping out America's tallest and fastest coaster. Hope they don't. I mean, me too. I don't know. All the people saying that they're going to haven't listed sources. I mean, sure, I'm sure that Six Flags is considering it just because it costs so much to maintain. But until there's a credible source that says, hey, this is a possibility, I'm not gonna pay much attention to it. There we go, that path looks a little bit better. Water Kingdom was originally Dorney Park Racetrack. No, Dorney Racetrack and Drag Strip. I didn't know that. Do I know the park Knoebels? I love Knoebels. I went to Knoebels this summer. It's a wonderful park. I love Knoebels. What are the credible sources, though? I mean, El Toro Ryan said that it's a rumor. I haven't heard anyone list a source. Do I ever see Cedar Point getting a 500-foot coaster? Not right now. Not right now, because the two biggest coasters they've just constructed, no, the two biggest coasters they have constructed in recent years have been absolute disasters. Steel Vengeance is a maintenance nightmare for them, and Top Thrill 2 doesn't even work right now. So, no, I don't see that happening at this moment. Who else here wants to see Max Force style rides in America with that SNS air launch? I have not experienced that SNS air launch on Max Force. I gotta make it out to Great America someday and ride that. I don't know, the SNS has had difficulties in America. Steel Curtain didn't even operate this year, so I can't see many SNS coasters coming to the States. Black Diamond roller coaster is the old Golden Nugget Dark coaster from Wildwood, New Jersey. Oh. Yeah, Coaster Studios and El Toro Ryan discussed the rumors, but as they've stated, they're just rumors. And so far, the only place I've seen them come from are Twitter, and Twitter isn't necessarily a reliable source. Black Diamond is not my favorite coaster. Not at Knoebels, no. No. Don't spread lies in the chat, what are you doing? You're just spreading misinformation in my chat. What's up with that? No, there's Phoenix and Twister. No, Black Diamond. It's probably my least favorite coaster at Knoebels. Poltergeist is really good for what it is, especially growing up at Kings Island, I've always ridden Flight of Fear, and Poltergeist is so much better than Flight of Fear. Poltergeist is a great ride. But yeah, Fiesta Texas could use some good launch coasters. I'd really love to see them get some good launch coasters. Alright, let's test the coaster, see how it goes. I've been focused on the chat. That Cobra, not Cobra roll. JoJo roll is so janky. Some good hang time up there. Into the second launch. Oh, that's way too fast, okay. Pulls -2 Gs. Okay, I gotta fix that. That's way too fast. Flight of Fear is Doofles Fear. No, it's not! What are you talking about? No, Flight of Fear is not my favorite ride at Kings Island. My favorite coaster at Kings Island is probably Diamondback or the Bat. Flight of Fear is probably one of my least favorite rides there. Cedar Point... Why is everyone just lying in the chat? Why is everyone just making up stuff in the chat? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Corkscrew at Cedar Point is not my favorite ride. Where did that come from? No, not Mystic Timbers is good for what it is, but I don't think it's the best ride there. Everybody's lying today. Ian's Day Off is lying. Velocity Rides is lying. Velocity Rides just said Corkscrew at Cedar Point is my favorite ride at Cedar Point. No! Hurler is not my favorite. You know what, fine, I give in to the rumors. Hurler is my favorite ride at Carowinds. Say what you will, it's the best ride there. Don't clip that, don't clip that. Oh no, clipped. No, I have some controversial opinions about coasters, but that is not one of them. What was I doing? Okay, I gotta slow the launch down. I only had it at 50 miles per hour? Or did I already fix it? Let's try that. Let's put some good cheese there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's way too fast. I gotta slow the third launch down too. I'll have it go 50. I think I'll speed up this launch actually. I'll have this go 51 miles per hour. What are you guys doing? Everyone's just making up stuff in the chat. I don't know where this came from. Do you ever wonder if Kings Island would get an RMC? I'll get to that in a second. Wow, I didn't know Doofles' favorite coaster at Dorney was Wild Mouse. What? No, that's an awful ride. That's awful. It's not awful. It's not good. I love Wild Mouse coasters, but that's not one of them. That one was really uncomfortable. Some good airtime there. Some good forces. I gotta fix that airtime goal though. Some hang time there. Oh, they come to us like a car crash. Stop right there. I gotta fix that too. There, I think that should be better. My favorite ride at... Okay, you say that, but the thing is, Titan isn't even that bad of a ride. It's decent. It's not my favorite, but like, it's a good ride. Never knew Doofles' favorite coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa was Tigress. You know, the funny thing is I've never ridden Tigress. It's time for a compilation video of me riding all of my favorite rides. Okay, sure. Titan is awful. It either crushes your bones or does nothing. I mean, it's forceful. It's a really forceful coaster, and I enjoy that. There's no airtime or anything, but I think it's a fun ride. Velocity rides, your favorite is Titan at Six Flags Over Texas? Spodge seems to think that that's a awful coaster and an awful opinion. Oh, yeah, I just love the restraints on Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt has the best restraints. 100%. I'm making an April Fool's video where I ride my top 10 favorite coasters. And it's just gonna be like a bunch of kiddie coasters or family coasters. Number 1, Wild Mouse at Cedar Point. No, number one is Corkscrew at Cedar Point, actually. I have to think about what my least favorite coasters are. There's really not a lot of coasters that I hate. Like, a lot of people dislike Corkscrew and Magnum. I really enjoy those rides. Yeah, I love Magnum, and Corkscrew's fine. What are some really bad coasters? List some horrible coasters in chat. Cause I can't really think of many. Terran is the name of the coaster I like at Phantasialand in Germany. Yeah, that's a Intamin. What's it called? Intamin Launch Coaster. There's a name for it. I can't think of it. It's like Maverick and Cheetah Hunt. Yeah, that looks like a really cool coaster. I'd love to get on Terran one day. Cheetah Hunt is my number one. I mean, Cheetah Hunt's uncomfortable, but I don't hate it. Like, I'd ride it again. I think if I rode it again, I could get the restraint to not crush me. You get ejector airtime on Corkscrew. It's actually kind of good. I've never experienced airtime on Corkscrew, but I mean, it's not that bad of a ride. The boss? I haven't ridden the boss. Hurricane at Fun Spot Kissimmee. It's bad. I don't know. It's not that bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's just kind of like, eh. I don't hate it. Did you know that Doofles' favorite park is Busch Gardens Tampa? I hear that he loves that place. Have you? I haven't heard that news. That's news to me. Ninja? I haven't ridden Ninja either. I mean, all the coasters I've ridden, I've, like, somewhat enjoyed. I haven't ridden any coasters that I've been like, that's horrible. Hurricane is the sketchiest rinky-dink coaster ever. Legit thought it was gonna collapse any second. The sounds the coasters make there scare me. I don't know. Part of it is because the park was so busy. Like, people everywhere, and security is, like, nowhere to be seen. Ride ops seemingly don't care. Really sketched me out. Fun Spot Kissimmee really sketches me out. Like, I believe the coasters are safe. I do. I believe that they take care of their rides, and that you're safe riding their rides, but it still really sketches me out. I asked for terrible coasters. I did, but I just can't think of any ones that I've ridden that I've hated. In Vertigo, I used to hate in Vertigo, but they fixed that ride with the new trains. They took the trains from Stinger at Dorney Park, and that's like a brand new ride now. And Vertigo is amazing now. I can't even hate in Vertigo. Ride operators there are also sketchy. I do not feel safe there. Yeah, I don't know. It reminds me more of a fairground or like a carnival than it does of an amusement park, and not in the good way. Not in the good way. Mindblower is actually so good, just too rough. I didn't think it was that rough. I didn't like the noises it made. I was not prepared for how intense it was. It was like extremely, it was like an RMC essentially. It was extremely intense. We rode it at night, so I could not see a thing. I couldn't see where the train was going, and it was terrifying. And especially after a long day of riding coasters, I was not prepared for that. It was a pretty good ride. I enjoyed it. It just, that park sketched me out. You marathoned Wonder Woman at Fiesta Texas 20 times? Oh no. I bet that hurt. I've ridden Lightning Rod like 25 times in a row, and that ride will hurt your thighs. Especially back in the day when it ran at its full speed. The only thing I don't like about Planet Coaster is each ride has its own cost. You can set the ride cost, you can set the ticket price to 0, and you can just charge an admission fee. I think it's, where is it? Yeah, ticket prices. You can set a ticket price. So there's the option to change that. It doesn't force you to make them pay per ride. Yeah, the write-up. I don't think the write-up even checked my restraint on Mind Blower. I legitimately don't remember him touching my restraint. Mako 31 times in under 2 hours? Wow. Did you get to stay on the ride, or did you have to walk around every time? Because if you have to walk around every time, that's still pretty good operations. I thought Wonder Woman already got the new trains. They just got new trains for Wonder Woman at Fiesta Texas this year, because when I went there it was closed, because they were working on it. I think the new trains have the same restraints, but I've heard that they're slightly better. I gotta stay on it until 9:30. After that, there's no rewrites for some reason. Interesting. I'm trying to do the math in my head. I mean, yeah, that's still 15 rides per hour. What is that? So, 1 every 4 minutes? That's not awful operations. How do I make it to wait until the train isn't here to dispatch? Minimum waiting time, 60 seconds, maximum, no maximum. "30 seconds to minimum departure time." Skyrush situation, because those don't feel any better. I didn't ride Skyrush before they changed the restraints, but I mean, as it is right now, those don't bother me at all. It's decent. It's a decent ride. Okay, where was I? I think the park needs some trees, because I deleted all the trees in the park. I don't remember what trees they were, though. We managed 8 rides on Fury in less than 30 minutes. Yeah, because we got to stay on, didn't we? And that was that during early entry? I know we got a lot of rides during early entry, or maybe just one, I can't remember. At Carowinds, they let you stay on the ride. That's great. Back row far left seat is the best on Fury? I don't think there is a bad seat on Fury. I think they're all great seats. No, regardless of where you sit on Fury, it's a great ride. I'm so sorry, Doofles. I know it's your favorite, but they need to RMC Hurler. Okay, first of all... Yeah, you're right. It is my favorite, and... It's alright. It's not a great ride, but it's decent. I think if they RMC'd it, that's gonna be amazing for the park. If they have an RMC in the same park as Fury 325, that's gonna be an incredible lineup. I think they should, by all means, RMC Hurler. But it's had a lot of track work done recently, and I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's awful. I've heard awful things about the one at King's Dominion, but of course, it's Twisted Timbers now, and it's incredible, fantastic RMC. If they could do the same thing, like, even keep the layout, I don't mind the layout. If they could keep the layout for RMC Hurler at Carowinds, that would be incredible. But I don't think they need to. You clip that? Oh, leave me alone, man. Don't clip everything I say. I revoke my earlier statement. Hurler is not my favorite ride. Please forgive me. Calling Hurler decent is wild. I mean, a couple of years ago, I'm sure it was really bad, but it's had track work done. And I don't think it's that bad. I've been on some rough wooden coasters. Beast at Kings Island back in the day was one of the roughest coasters out there. At least that I've ridden. It was horrible. But nowadays it's not that bad because they've done so much work to it. And when I rode Hurler this year for the first time, I didn't think it was that bad either. Someone pointed out to me on Hurler, there were markers in the ground, and they were going to RMC it. I believed him, but I should have waited till I heard it from a credible source. Alright, listen. I never claimed to be a credible source. I just created rumors. My rumors are no better than the rumors that King Ka is gonna get removed. I hope they do too. I hope they take that ride. RMC it, make it a better attraction, because that would do wonders for the park's lineup. But as it is, the park has an incredible lineup: Copperhead Strike, Fury 325, Thunder Striker. I almost called it Intimidator. Thunder Striker. Some great coasters there. They don't need it, but it wouldn't hurt anything. I'm gonna fix this hole in the ground over here. That's just ugly. I don't like that. Alright, I think... Oh no, I'm losing so much money. How am I losing so much money? I think I need to up the price for this coaster. $15. I think the problem is people enter the queue, and the queue's just so long, it takes me an hour before I get the profits. Oh no, I don't have a mechanic. I don't have a mechanic in the park to fix it. What's my favorite ride? In general, I think Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure at Islands of Adventure is my favorite ride. My favorite thrill coaster is probably Iron Gwazi. I think Iron Gwazi is my favorite thrill ride, but in general, my favorite coaster is Hagrid's for sure. My favorite ride is not Demon Drop, no. I'm just getting bullied by my own chat today. What's going on? My favorite coaster is apparently Corkscrew. My favorite ride is Demon Drop, apparently. No. They could even retrack it like they did with Mind Blower. It just got a new track from Gravity Group, didn't it? Hurler just got new track this year. I don't know, I think Hurler's fine. Hurler's fine. Copperhead Strike and Fury 325. Speaking of Copperhead Strike, I made a little, spiritual twin inspiration from, Copperhead Strike. That would be a solid solution. Gravity Group did a ton of work on Racer and Beast at Kings Island. That's right, I need to name this coaster. What are we thinking? I made it blue because I think it fits, especially by the entrance. What are we thinking for names for the launch coaster? $2.5? Honestly, I could. I have a lot of room in this park. Gravity Group perfected Grizzly. Grizzly's a great ride. I mean, Gravity Group did some amazing work on Racer at Kings Island, Beast at Kings Island. I think the work they did on Hurler is amazing too. What's going on here? Why is it taking so long? I was just waiting for a full train. I'm gonna fire the mechanic until I need him. Yeah, every coaster with the Gravity Group retrack has been incredible. I think I'm just gonna delete half of this queue because it's just a waste of time for all the guests in the park. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be like that. Oh no, I don't have the money to fix it. Okay, well it stays like that then. Oops. When do I think Armsy will finally release a Hyper Single Rail? I don't know. I don't know if that's ever going to come to fruition, because the main appeal, I think, for most parks for the single rail coasters is the cost. They're a lot cheaper. It's a pretty cheap investment, especially like what's the one I'm thinking of? Stunt Pilot. Stunt Pilot at, I can't remember the name of the park, but Stunt Pilot, Wonder Woman at Fiesta Texas, and I know the one coming to Lost Island were all pretty cheap investments. So I think if they want a hypercoaster, if a park wants a hypercoaster, they should go with a different manufacturer or a different ride model. You're going back to Carowinds tomorrow? Afterburn is good? Oh, is Afterburn... It's a good ride. Afterburn is a really good ride. It's not my favorite inverted coaster, but it's still pretty good. I wouldn't wait more than like 30 minutes for Afterburn. If Afterburner has like an hour wait, go to Fury 325 or Copperhead Strike. Gear Spin is amazing? Really? I thought Gear Spin and Air Race were like pretty mediocre. I mean, they're good rides, but we waited like So we waited 30 minutes for gear spin the first time, then it broke down, and then we came back and waited like another 15 minutes for it. It was not worth waiting 45 minutes. Air Race was weird, because you're just like hanging upside down the entire ride. It's just like a sustained negative 1G. And I don't know, there's nothing really exciting about that. When the whole ride is just like the same force. Yeah, Gear Spin is kind of basic. It's a good family attraction. It's a really good family attraction in my eyes, but it's not too special. Aeronautical Landing is one of your favorite themed areas anywhere. How can I get more guests in this park? I just need more people on the coaster so I can pay back the loan. Or maybe I can just like up the speed on the coaster and make it insane and people will like it better. They think the first half of the ride isn't exciting enough, so I'm gonna make the coaster exit the station faster at 15 miles per hour. Speed up the first half of the ride. They think this part isn't thrilling enough, so I'm gonna increase this a little bit. Let's decrease the friction a little bit. They better like this coaster now. Name it Station Weight since someone's riding it. I named it Please Go On This Ride. Maybe that'll entice them. Carowinds needs to bring back their Intamin Looping Starship. I didn't realize Carowinds had one. Is the one at King's Dominion from Carowinds, or has that just been there? You want to ride Nighthawk, but everyone says it's really rough. Nighthawk was closed when I was there. I don't know how rough Nighthawk is, but Firehawk at Kings Island was one of my favorite coasters of all time, so I really want to get on Nighthawk. I think it's just such a unique ride model that you should ride it regardless. I don't think it can be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. The Looping Starship is just in storage, rusting away. That's really sad. It pulls way too many Gs. On this little airtime hill, I gotta fix that. Kinyaka is a bucket list ride. Well, if the rumors are true, you better head over there fast. But I don't know if I'm not paying too much mind to the rumors at the moment until we hear something from the park. What can I do to increase the excitement? I'll have it exit the station faster. And then I'll get rid of this block section and just make it a launch. Actually, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I have the money for that. Hopefully they like the coaster better now. I did not... You guys are putting words in my mouth. You guys are putting words in my mouth. I never said, like, half of the stuff in the chat right now. Add an airtime pill in the launch? Problem is... Hold on, let me move the camera. If you can see that down there... If you can see this right here, I currently have $2,000 remaining. Or no. Negative. I have negative $2,600 that I have to pay back. So I can't really add anything to the coaster right now. That's the main issue. We're trying to get people to ride the coaster so I can pay back that loan. That's the main issue. $2 from Ghost, thank you! My Final Destination 3 dream ride right there. I mean... Hasn't killed anyone yet. Hasn't killed anyone yet. Thank you very much for the $2 though. The support for the stream is very appreciated. That $2 is gonna go towards my purchase of Planet Coaster 2. Most likely. And then we will have a Planet Coaster 2 stream on launch day. Doofles' favorite coaster is Green Lantern. No. What's the best park I've made? I really haven't played this game a whole lot lately. I've been playing Parkitect, I've been playing Roblox. Hate to admit it, but I've been playing a lot of Roblox. Now, this isn't the only park I've made, but it's been a very long time since I've played this game. I'm only really playing this game because Planet Coaster 2 is right around the corner. I want to familiarize myself with the controls and maybe just replay a couple scenarios. I forgot to open this ride. That's why it's not making money. Oh no. You wish you could donate, but you kind of... Don't worry about that. I mean, all support for the stream is appreciated, whether it's just talking in chat, subscribing, your viewership. Regardless, it's very much appreciated. You don't have to donate anything. Just enjoy. But all donations are very much appreciated. And it goes towards the Planet Coaster 2 fund. But I appreciate all the support, all the viewers, each and every one of you. Did I play Park Beyond? I did not play Park Beyond. It was like $60, I think. It was a lot of money, and I've heard awful things about it, so I never played that game. Making coasters in Roblox Studio? I've only played Theme Park Tycoon 2. I haven't done anything in Roblox Studio. You're a sweat at Theme Park Tycoon 2 on Roblox. Me too. I love Theme Park Tycoon 2. It's literally just Planet Coaster, but it takes nothing to run. You could run it with a potato. You could run it on your microwave. Performance in that game is great. You could run it on anything. It's literally just Planet Coaster, but with worse graphics. I mean, it doesn't even look that bad. And it's free. It's a free game on Roblox. I should do vlog live stream sometime. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about going to parks and live streaming from the parks. That would be kind of cool. But for now, right now, my focus is on Planet Coaster because Planet Coaster 2 is right around the corner. But I'm sure in the future there's going to be live streams from parks. Hey, look at that, we're finally making profit from the singular ride. Hi, random channel, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Planet Coaster 2 comes out in less than 2 weeks. So we are playing some Planet Coaster in anticipation of Planet Coaster 2. You tried to make Kingda Ka, and it turned out Kinda Ka. In Theme Park Tycoon 2? The problem with Theme Park Tycoon 2 is you have to pay money to increase the height limit, and you can't really make any tall coasters unless you give them like $5. But once you pay that $5, then there's so many options available to you. Such a fun game, and it's free. Unless for the Game Pass. You have to pay $5 to increase the height limit and unlock a couple things, but I think that's pretty reasonable. Is the ride running still? Oh, we're just waiting on people, I think. Please go on this ride, it's so expensive. Okay, I'll decrease the price. Am I planning on doing a Let's Play franchise mode series for Planet Coaster 2? I don't think so. I'm going to do a game review of it at some point, but I want to play the game a lot first. I'll probably do a couple live streams and really familiarize myself with the game before I do a review on it. I will make videos on Planet Coaster 2, but I don't think I'll do many Let's Plays. I'll probably do a couple live streams just to really understand the game, understand how it's different from Planet Coaster 1. And I'll probably make a review video. I'll probably make a couple videos on it. I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play. Theme Park Tycoon 2 should have an option where you can pay Robux to extend the height limit, or pay in-game money too. I mean, I get why they charge Robux, because there's a single developer, and he's putting a lot of time into the game. So he wants some kind of return on investment, especially when he's investing so much time and effort. I lost money that time. What happened? People hate this ride. What's going on? People walk up, and they turn away because it's too much money. Well, the stream is not going to plan because I've been stuck in the red. Look at that, I've been stuck in the red for like the past hour. Just trying to earn enough money to make another ride. I think more people are entering the queue now because I decreased the price. I'm still going to be in the stream. I'm going to look for your Carowinds stream or video if you have one. Yeah, I have a Carowinds video. I think it was from about 4 months ago. Just scroll back 4 months. It's there's a playlist, Amusement Park Vlogs playlist. Just click that. It should be just a couple months ago. But I'm really happy with that video. That was a really good video. I had a lot of fun making that one. Definitely check that out. What happened to Purple Nurple? That was like 3 streams ago, man. That's the old park. This is the new park. No, Purple Nurple is still in our hearts. Purple Nurple is still there in our memory and our hearts. And the save file. It's still in my PC. The save file's still there. Please go on this ride is no longer regarded as new, and guests will no longer be willing to pay a premium to ride it. Is the Camp Snoopy one, or is there more? No, there's... that's not the Carowinds video, that's a Kings Island video. It was after the Camp Snoopy video. Yeah, Velocity Rides made the logo for Purple Nurple. We're making progress. Look at that. We're only at... Oh no! Talk about timing. We were finally making profit, and then the ride breaks down. Tragic. Tragic. You found the Carowinds video? Yeah, check that one out. Oh no, the ride broke down and now we're right back where we started. Negative $2,500 to pay back. Negative $2,600 now. Oh no. Everyone's leaving. People, the ride's open. What should this one be called? It needs an actual name. The Lonely Coaster, the only coaster in the park. Gold Rusher is underrated? I mean, it's an okay family coaster. I don't think there's anything too special about Gold Rusher. Gold Rusher's the mine train at Carowinds, right? I need people to enter the park. Come on, people. Oh, overrated. I thought you said underrated. The coaster that could. I like that name. Thank you, Ghost. No, you said underrated the first time. You said overrated. I just misread it. I don't know. I've never really seen that ride with a line. I don't know if you could say it's overrated. I've never really heard people talk about it either. It's just kind of there. It exists. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just there. Each one of these people is exactly $12 to me. Hurry up, people. I need your money. I need out of debt. So I can build more coasters. Come on. What should we build next? Here are the options. Problem is, some of these cost more than... I went bankrupt trying to make a mock launch coaster because it's $3,000. Like twice the price of the wooden coaster. I think next we need to do an SLC or a wooden coaster just because the prices are cheaper. And I don't want to go bankrupt again. I don't want to go into debt. It's a Kings Island comms team mentality. I'm not gonna get into that. That's a Tower Topics subject right there. This isn't Tower Topics. My favorite ride at Carowinds is probably Copperhead Strike. Fury 325 and Copperhead Strike are both really good, but I think Copperhead Strike is just so unique. It's unlike anything I've ever ridden. I love Copperhead Strike. You like that Tower Topics reference? Yeah, I'm not getting into that. Fury 325 is better. I think objectively, Fury 325 is probably the better ride, but personally, I just love Copperhead Strike. Papa Don! No! I've never heard him called that. He is... Oh no. What have I started? No, no, he is not Papa. Papa Don. Oh my god. You went on it 3 times in a row and felt sick? Which one? Copperhead Strike? Copperhead Strike has a lot of hang time, and I could certainly understand why that would make someone sick or nauseous. Come on, people, give me your money. Get on the ride, get off the ride, get on the ride, get off the ride. I just need to charge like $80 to enter. You want in the park, you gotta give me your money up front. If only they didn't have to walk through the giant queue, I'd get all the money so much faster. But if you can see down there, I'm almost back to zero. Almost back to zero. We're making progress, people. We're making progress. The first 10 minutes of the Carowinds video is Fury 325. Until we went back to it, it's all Fury 325 at the beginning, except we went back for the final ride of the night on Fury 3. We went back for the final ride of the night on Fury. But for the most part, all of the Fury stuff is at the beginning. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost at 0. Let's get to 0. I haven't done any objectives yet, I think. I'm just waiting to get to $0 so I can build stuff again. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Oh, we got 4 people right here. 4 times $12. Or whatever the ticket price is. Are they gonna ride it? The little coaster that could? No, they ran away. They turned away from it. Oh, they think it's too intense for them because they have children. Copperhead Strike and Fury are so smooth. I don't know, there's not really any coasters at Carowinds that are super rough. Carolina Cyclone probably, Hurler, but for the most part I think all the rides there are pretty comfortable. Oh, we're at $200 now. Let's go. We're out of the red. I can build stuff again. Look at that. $1,000 for a restroom. Is it worth it? Do the people need a restroom that bad? You heard someone say Copperhead Strike was the roughest coaster at Carowinds? I think sometimes the general public confuses G-forces and aggressive rides for rough rides. I think Copperhead Strike is a pretty aggressive ride. I mean, there's hang time, there's G-forces everywhere. And it'll throw you out of your seat, it'll throw you in your seat, it'll throw you from side to side. And I think sometimes people can confuse that with roughness. I've heard that a lot for Steel Vengeance. People think it's a rough ride. It's not rough at all, it's just aggressive. And I think it's easy to confuse the two. Even Carolina Cyclone wasn't that bad. Those old Vortex trains are a fun plus too. Yeah, those are cool. It's a fun piece of Kings Island history. thing is, the person who said it was an enthusiast who wasn't joking. Yeah, I don't know what he's smoking. No, Copperhead Strike isn't rough. I think I need like a little flat ride or something just to make money so my park doesn't go bankrupt. Yeah, mountain gliders are the old Kings Island flying scooters. I've always tried to snap on flying scooters. I don't know how. I don't know how either. I've tried so many times. I've tried the ones at Indiana Beach. I've tried the ones at Carowinds. I've never been able to get them to snap. I think it takes some skill. I don't think someone could just like write it for the first time and get it to snap. And some parks don't let you snap them. Some are easier than others, and some parks don't allow it. You live in North Carolina, so you can go whenever. I got season passes, which is amazing. I am so glad to only be like an hour from Kings Island. I've been to Kings Island so many times this year. I love having a season pass there. I know how you feel. I live like 3 hours from Cedar Point, so I use my season pass at Cedar Point too, but it doesn't have as much value to me because I only go there like a couple times a year. I'm gonna go bankrupt again because the ride just went back down. Got some vibrations on flying scooters at Fun Spot Kissimmee. Problem with Fun Spot Kissimmee is all the rides cost so much money. Like an all-day pass there, like a wristband is like, what, $60? Or it's like $12 per ride? I'm not going to spend $12 riding flying scooters. Oh, I remember that, yeah, at Knoebels. I've heard really good things about the Knoebels flying scooters. I would really like to get back there and try to snap those flying scooters. I've heard it's really easy to get those to snap. Spiders literally everywhere. Black Widow spiders in the Carolinas. Carolinas have had a rough year. I would not want spiders on top of all the things they've had this year. Oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine all that weather and then Black Widow spiders on top of it. This coaster, we were finally back in the green, and then the coaster goes down again. One day I will be able to build silly little flying scooters here. This is like one of the easiest campaign scenarios. I don't think it's supposed to take me like 3 to 4 hours to beat this. Ask Ryan about the Black Widow spiders. Oh no. North Carolina is amazing. It's a great place to live for family. It has a beautiful city. I'm sure it's a beautiful state. I mean, just driving through it, it looked beautiful. I'm sure the hiking there, I'm sure it's a great place. There's a lot of great places in the Midwest too. Ohio, Pennsylvania, although Pennsylvania's not really considered Midwest. Pennsylvania has some beautiful areas. Ohio, some beautiful, beautiful areas. Why do we have 2 mechanics? Get out of here. You're fired. You're fired. Plus, you'll have a world-class park down there. Carowinds is amazing. Plus, depends on where you are. From King's Dominion or Busch Williamsburg. Yeah, those are some incredible parks. On average, I go to Kings Island about, like, 5 to 6 times a year. This year, I've gone a lot more than that. I've been to Kings Island many, many times this year. But I usually like to go for opening weekend, and then once or twice throughout the summer, once or twice for Haunt, and then once or twice for Winterfest. Kings Island is just so different depending on the time of year you go. Like, opening weekend is so different from summer, and summer is so different from fall, and fall is so different from Winterfest. You live in Oregon, and it's on Earth there. Oh no. And the worst part is there's no good amusement parks. No, I'd probably say homeless people are worse than the fact that there's no amusement parks. Not the homeless people themselves, but the riots and, oh, yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Oaks Amusement Park has been in the news a lot recently, and not for good reasons. There was the Zamperla flat ride that got stuck upside down for like hours. And then I think there's something else, I can't remember what it was, but Oaks has not been having a good year. I think that's Oaks that I'm thinking of, right? Zamperla at it again, not Oaks' fault. I don't know, is that what the official report said? I mean, Zamperla obviously created the ride, but it's also Oaks' responsibility to maintain it. But I haven't read the official report yet. The cool thing about Kings Island is that the park changes so much for the seasons. It's a really great park, well maintained, and the ride lineup is very solid. And it's a great park for everyone. I mean, so many family rides, so many smooth roller coasters, things are just easy to ride. Cedar Point has so many intense rides, and Kings Island just has easy to ride roller coasters. You can ride them all day, you won't get exhausted, you won't get sore. Steal Vengeance like 3 times, and then just everything would hurt. Everything at Kings Island you can just ride over and over and over, it's great. Something for everyone. It's just a nice, calm, relaxed, easygoing park. You offered your friend $200 to go on Fury? And he said no? What? Most of us pay to ride Fury, and he won't. Oh no, this is a problematic coaster. El Toro Ride needs to make a video on the coaster that could. Very problematic ride. Problematic roller coasters. The coaster that could. It breaks down every 5 minutes. Atmosphere at Oaks Park. The report they released was that there wasn't any issues with the ride and it was operating correctly, so a design flaw. That's a pretty bad design flaw if your ride can just park upside down. What? Atmosphere was maintained correctly, and I believe that the cause maintenance was on par. They've really put a lot of intention into their family ride collection. I'm not much further from Cedar Point than Kings Island, but the rides are so much more smooth and relaxed. Absolutely. Everything, I mean most rides at least at Cedar Point, intense, forceful, hard to re-ride. Whereas King's Island, I got any ride there I could ride probably 30 times and feel great afterwards. It's gonna take me all night just to finish this campaign. Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for the subscription, Michael. I appreciate it. And thanks for watching and hanging out. Yeah, stay tuned for what's coming up. Lots more amusement park vlogs and travel vlogs. That's all I'm gonna say at this time. You'll see. Doofles streams are a vibe. Well, this stream is just staring at this coaster, hoping it turns a profit at some point. It's gonna take ages. This park has not gone to plan at all. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting for people to ride this coaster, and hoping that one day I can build another ride in this park. This is like the third campaign. This is like the fourth scenario. This is like super easy mode, and it's gone horribly. How much longer am I gonna stream for? I'm gonna stream until I finish this scenario. I have no clue how long that's gonna take, because normally this should take like an hour, and I started streaming around 9 o'clock, I think. It is now almost midnight. It should not take me this long to finish this super easy mode scenario. We'll see. We'll see. Do something? I would if I could. We were in the green again, and now we're in the red again. It's like $2,000 to build the flying scooters. Once we're in the green, we gotta get $2,000. Because I took a loan out. I took a loan out to build this coaster, and then everything just went downhill. Oh, the loan's done. Okay. Pause the game. New loan. There we go. Now we have money again. Now we have money to work with. Flying scooters, first of all. We need some sort of family attraction here. Imagine being a ride-up and having the control panel smoke. That's like the biggest fire hazard I can think of. I think if the control panel catches fire, you need to run. If you come back at 8 AM Eastern Time, I'll still be here. Oh god, I hope not. I hope I'm not stuck on this scenario until 8 AM. It's possible. It's possible. If you build the Woody, like I told you to, yeah, it's my fault. I just wanted to build the mock coaster that cost more money, and then everything went downhill. What do I know? What do I know? I don't know why I've spent probably like $300 on this silly little queue line for the flying scooters. I don't think I need a giant queue for the flying scooters. Yeah, that should be enough. I just like building queues, and I spend like $300 on each queue. That's part of the problem, I think. There. Now we have another ride. Let's charge like $8. $8 for this. No, $12. That would be a Six Flags day where the control panel starts. I don't need a giant queue for anything. I just get ahead of myself, really. Oh no, the control panel is spoken for this one too. This is the little coaster that couldn't. Oh my goodness, every 2 minutes it breaks down. I think... Ghost, I think naming this the coaster that could was a curse. I think you cursed this park. Okay, I think it's time for another coaster. Now that I took that loan out. Maybe... I think I have to go with the wooden coaster because I can't afford anything else. I think if I build anything else, I'm gonna go into debt again. So I'm gonna put the little wooden coaster over here. It's been smoking for 20 minutes, really? I didn't notice that. I've had the park paused though. Everything's paused so I don't lose money while I'm building stuff. More reliable than Top Thrill 2. You know, it's operated for like an hour or two. In-game it's been 3 years, so yeah. A little more reliable. It's lasted more than a week. I'm gonna have like a little silly little pre-drop into the lift hill. Silly little pre-drop. Later, Michael. Thanks for stopping in, chatting, having fun, hanging out. And thanks for the sub. We got more streams on the way, more content on the way. I hope you stick around. Yeah, have fun at Carowinds too. W Michael. Everybody type W in the chat. We got one W, but that's enough. I'm gonna make like a Shivering Timbers type of coaster. Although this one's only 86 feet tall, I can't really do that. I'll make like a mini Shivering Timbers. Mind blower. I could do a mind blower type coaster. I think the problem is, I made the launch coaster way more intense than I should have. Now we need more family rides. So I'm gonna try to make this one a little tame, a little bit more relaxed, and not pull like 5 Gs and -2 Gs. My top 5 roller coasters, Hagrid's for sure, #1. Best roller coaster out there. It's not very thrilling. It's not a crazy ride, but it's just so unique. So much to it. Then probably #2, Iron Gwazi. Probably the best thrill coaster I've been on. Number 3, Velocicoaster. Number 4 is a tough one, but I'd probably say New Texas Giant or Shivering Timbers. I love Shivering Timbers. That's such an underrated ride. So is New Texas Giant. 2 great roller coasters. This is going to be like kind of a family coaster. It's not going to really do a whole lot. I'll put like a double down or something here so it does something. But at least the park will have more rides. There we go. At least there's rides in the park. You're annoyed that I like Hagrid's better than Velocicoaster? I mean, yeah, Velocicoaster is my number 100, and it's a special ride. But I don't know, there's nothing wrong with liking Hagrid's more. I think Velocicoaster is the better thrill ride, but as a whole, in general, I think Hagrid's is better. Drop tracks scare the daylights out of me, but they're so much fun at the same time. I really like that ride has, what, 7 launches? No, the launches are the best part of the ride. And it's such a long ride, too. There's just so many elements to that ride. Just so unique. Oh no, I'm out of money again. Time to sell some trees. Number 1 Mako, number 2 Fury 325, number 3 Air Force 1, number 4 Magnum. Magnum number 4, really? It's a unique opinion. Don't think I've heard that one before. I mean, I love Magnum and all, but it's not top 10 worthy to me, at least. I really want to hear your logic behind having Magnum at number 4 velocity rides. I know a couple people who have Magnum as their number 1, but they also have very questionable opinions about coasters in general. I mean, if you've only been to Cedar Point, maybe I could see it, but Cedar Point also has Millennium Force, Steel Vengeance Maverick. I think there is a lot of charm to Magnum, though, especially with its history, with its age. I think there's a lot of charm to it, and I understand why it has its fans. No, that's not true. I've loved Magnum far before you hated it. Magnum has given you the strongest ejector airtime you've ever experienced, stronger than Steel Vengeance? No, come on. Our RMC airtime is like 3 times. I mean, Magnum has some great ejector airtime moments, but I mean, you've ridden Air Force One. You've ridden Air Force One. You've ridden Steel Vengeance. What are you talking about, man? No, Magnum's great. Magnum has incredible airtime, but at the same time, it's not an RMC. Those triangle airtime hills are incredible. I can finally open this right now, I think. The coaster that could has been fixed. Hallelujah. All those people leaving the queue. Hopefully some of them come to the new coaster. So one of the last times I rode Magnum, I got the, apparently, C set. Yeah, that's when it's on 3 trains and it has to come to a full stop on the first set of brakes. Magnum would be so much higher in your rankings if it weren't for that turnaround. I don't think it's that bad. It's not that bad. Come on. You have to appreciate it for what it is. It's an old, janky aero coaster. Go in with that mindset, and it's not that bad. I mean, it's never going to compare to things like Steel Forest at Dorney. It's never going to compare to Diamondback at Kings Island, because those are just so different. Those are completely different models, and just created at a different time as a whole. You go in with that mindset and it's still horrible. You get so much airtime from those tiny lap bars on Magnum. I know, it's great. I love Magnum. It's not number 4 though. It's not number 4 worthy. I'm sorry to tell you. At least I think so. I respect your rankings, but not for me. Not for me. It is not number 4 for me. This is a good little family coaster. It pulls like no forces. You rode Magnum 27 times in one day? Okay, listen, I love Magnum, but even I'm not that crazy. I've ridden Lightning Rod 25 times, or maybe like 30 times in one day, I can't remember. And I felt like I had just been through a car crash. All those G-forces, and it's a wooden coaster, and it was pretty rough too. But it holds nothing to Magnum. I mean, Mako 30 times in one day. That's fine. It's a B&M. It's not gonna beat you up. No, that actually sounds enjoyable, but not Magnum. Not Magnum. Are we making money now? Are we making money from this coaster? How much are we charging? Let's charge... I think $10 is fair, because it's a short ride. Magnum 27 times in one day is a flex. That's not a flex, that's just... It's like telling someone you went to jail. It's not something you flex. They let you stay on the ride at Magnum too? I didn't know Cedar Point did that. I mean, Magnum never gets a line, so I guess it wouldn't matter anyways. The park is actually turning a profit now. Let's go. Needs some shops though. Needs some restrooms first of all. Let's get some restrooms over here. It's Bud, what's up? How's it going? I remember you from the Planet Coaster streams a couple weeks ago. It's been a while. You met a supervisor of Magnum on the plane to Cleveland. Well, that's cool. There, the park has some restrooms now. There you go. I'm doing great, man. I'm hyped for Planet Coaster 2. Less than 2 weeks to go. Can't wait for Planet Coaster 2. Here's yours. Velocicoaster number 1, Hagrid's number 2, Orion number 3, Iron Gwazi number 4, number 5, Montu, really? Montu? That's a good choice. That's a good choice for number 5, actually. 2 roller coasters from Busch Gardens Tampa. In your top 5, though? Banshee is having a sure is having a rough year. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I should get into that. Banshee at Kings Island. Not a good year for Banshee. I think I talked about that last stream, and that was a couple weeks ago before it had a collision on the brake run. There's some restaurants. I don't think my park has any food options right now. That'll help at least. What is going on? What did I just do? Select grid. There we go. Hear about Banshee's collision? I did. Having a rough year for sure. It's such a good ride too. Banshee is such an underrated roller coaster. I mean, I despise the vest restraints. The vest restraints are awful. But everything else about that ride is just so much fun. I really hope that Kings Island can give it some TLC, give it some attention, and fix everything with it. Whether that's maintenance issues, whether that's bad wheels causing such a rattle on the ride. Your friend that works at Kings Island told you something that happened to Banshee that you probably shouldn't share. Yeah, if your friend doesn't want you to share it, don't share it. I would hate to see your friend that works there get in trouble. But that's public about the ride, it has certainly had a rough year. Oh, everyone's lining up for the food. The one restaurant in the whole park. Yeah, the rides at Busch Gardens Tampa are great, Ian. And I'm 100% with you that the operations there are terrible. But for me at least, the operations and the park itself take a lot away from the experience, especially if you're just waiting in lines for hours. That really impacts the experience for me. So I don't think I would have multiple rides from BGT on my top 5. I mean, Iron Gwazi for sure. Iron Gwazi is just something else. But, oh my goodness, that park really, really impacts the experience of the rides too for me. Iron Gwazi dispatch times 300 seconds every time. It's awful. They really need to do something about the management, the operations, whatever it is at that park causing those issues. It could be such a good park. It could be so good. It could be such a good park, but so many issues. And that really impacts the experience for me. By the way, we can only throw out the number 300 seconds because that's when the coaster, or when the counter on the monitor stops counting. Yeah, it maxes out at 300. It takes a lot longer than 300 seconds for that ride to dispatch, but that's when the counter on the monitor stops counting. You rolled back on Maverick in the summer? Really? I've never heard of that ride rolling back. I know every launch coaster does at some point, but that sounds so rare. Well, that'd be so cool. I assume it would be the actual launch, not the lift hill that you rolled back on, but maybe it makes more sense that you would roll back from the lift hill. Oh, the launch lift hill you got evacuated from. I thought you meant the launch itself. You waited an hour and a half. I mean, at least you probably got like a skip the line pass or something, right? I know Cedar Point's really good about giving guests that had to get evacuated or something, some form of compensation. I know that if, I heard some people got evacuated from Gatekeeper and they got like free merchandise, they got a skip the line pass, And they got something else too. I know Cedar Point's really good about that. Oh, you use the one-time fast lane on Millennium Force. I would use it on Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance is the one with the longest wait usually. My favorite ride is the Q line. Doofles' favorite ride is the Valraven theming. Valraven is the best coaster in the world. Everybody clip that. Everybody, tell the world. Valraven is the best coaster in the... Ignore my shirt. Ignore my Griffin shirt from Busch Gardens. No, Valraven is the best thing in the world. Complete sarcasm. Complete sarcasm. I hope that Siren's Curse just overshadows Valraven in every way, and we can just forget that Valraven exists. Just forget about Valraven. Doofles is GP, caught in 4K. Valraven is the ride of all time. It's something, alright, it's something. New Cedar Point fanboy actor for coaster parody. Now Doofles. I'm the new Cedar Point fanboy. #1 Valraven defender. Valraven is perfect in every way. Valraven walked so Siren's Curse could run. Trees! I finally have enough money to put trees in the park. Look at that. Look at that. Now the park isn't as ugly anymore. More people will come to the park because the park isn't ugly. Maverick was closed for the rest of the day, but I did fortunately get on it the next day. But again, I waited an hour and a half. I don't think I've ever seen that ride with under an hour wait. I've been there once, and it was on OSU Day, which is a private event. Kind of private, semi-private event, and it had like a 30-minute wait when it opened. But the rest of the day, it was back at like an hour wait. It's always an hour plus wait for Maverick. I hope the tilt coaster at Coda Land opens soon. It's pretty close to me, so hopefully I can get to ride it. How far is Austin, Texas from San Antonio? Like, an hour? Yeah, Coda Land's gonna have the Gerstlauer Palindrome and Circuit Breaker next year. If they open on time. That park has had a lot of delays. But if everything goes to schedule, that's gonna be an incredible park next year with 2 great new roller coasters. I've seen some construction updates for Coda Land, and it looks great. Crossing my fingers that it opens on time. There's also the park in Arizona. The Mattel Adventure Park in Glendale, Arizona. And that has had... I think it's delayed until next year. It's supposed to open this year. That one's had some delays as well. What are the goals for this park? I've been working on this park for like 3 hours. I've gotten nowhere with it. Scenery rating? Just scenery rating. I just need scenery and then I win. Needs a centerpiece. I think I could fit a ride right here in the center. I think the teacups can be the centerpiece. Yeah, this can be the centerpiece. Hot Wheels Whatever Land. Yeah, they have, I think 2 Hot Wheels coasters. They have the, there's 2 Chance Rides coasters. There's the launched one that does the loop and the corkscrew, and then there's Bone Shaker. I can't remember which one Bone Shaker is. And then there's the family coaster. I can't remember if Bone Shaker's the family coaster or the looping coaster. Yeah, but that one was supposed to open like summer this year, and it's still under construction. Bro, Kings Island really stepped up their game with Hunt this year. The houses lines moved way faster than... I haven't done any of the houses this year. But there's so many more scare actors than last year. The scare zones have been amazing, and the fog, they've really stepped it up with the fog. I've been really impressed by Haunt at Kings Island this year. It's been incredible. It really has. Anyone who hasn't been to Kings Island Haunt needs to go this year. I think there's 2 weeks left of it. Make it out of Kings Island. It's great this year. I don't go in much for the houses, but Hunt is always my favorite time of the year at the park. I mean, night rides are great. Incredible atmosphere during Haunt. I don't blame you at all. I don't know, for me it's close between Haunt or Winterfest. Winterfest is also so much fun, but there's no rides open. But, for anyone who watches Tower Topics, it sounds like things might change this year. Stop spending money on dirt. Listen, I've... The park... Hold on, let me move it. Let me move my webcam out of the way. Park currently has $6,000. I can spend some money on dirt. We're in the green again. We're in the green. You disagree on the fog. You remember riding Diamondback last year? Seeing the park absolutely blanketed in fog. I think they've done a really good job this year with the fog. The only time I've stayed for Haunt itself, I think, was opening night. Because last two times I went, they either didn't have scare actors out, or it wasn't late enough for Haunt, but opening night, fog was everywhere. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. The rumor is they're gonna run Racer during Winterfest, and I assume the new roller coaster too. And that would be great. That would be absolutely wonderful to see. I really hope that's true. Trees everywhere. I need the scenery rating up, so I'm just gonna spam trees everywhere. You hope they would run Racer during Winterfest. Aw, me too. Me too. The park needs rides during Winterfest, because King's Dominion, they have Twisted Timbers open during Winterfest. We have Mystic Timbers, but I prefer Twisted Timbers. What else do they have during Winterfest? I know King's Dominion has a really good Winterfest lineup. Carowinds has Fury 325 during Winterfest. I mean, that's a great lineup. The King's Island Winterfest lineup cannot compete with that at all. They need some good rides open during Winterfest. And I think this year will be an improvement in regards to that. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Trees everywhere. How's the scenery rating now? It's 57? Really? 57 is all I have? Oh no, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money on scenery. Would be nice to get another coaster other than Flight of Cheer and Mystic. Flight of Cheer, no. And last year it was like running one train or something, wasn't it? Because they need to start the maintenance early. Oh, that was awful. Not a good ride, and especially when it's on one train. I mean, at least it's indoors, and you have a break from the cold. Oh, Dominator's the other one at King's Dominion that runs during Winterfest. Yeah, that's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. That's better than Flight of Fear, at least. I swear, do not wait in Flight of Fear line if it's on one train. No. But I mean, it's a nice break from the cold outside during Winterfest. That's like the only benefit. I think I'll put like a drop tower or something back here. I don't know, there's nothing in this area of the park. Besides the one coaster. Put a carousel over here. I think at this point the park just needs rides. No, that's not true. It needs scenery. Scenery is the only reason I haven't won the campaign yet, or the scenario. Yo, a friend told me to go to ride Flight of Fear as soon as the park opened last year, which was good advice. It was actually running really good at the beginning of the year this year, but after the Ace event. But after the Ace event, it has been running like trash. I wonder if they turned the trims off for the Ace event, and then turned them right back on. It is rough. King's Dominion has a smoother version of Flight of Fear. A smoother clone. So in April, it was actually not stopping on the mid-course. Was that when the Ace event was? Because I know the Ace event was earlier in the year. I think it would be hilarious if they just turned off the trims or the mid-course brakes for the Ace event and then just turned them right back on. You're pretty sure that's what happened because after the Ace event, it was running awful again? I really hate to speculate on something like that because there's very little evidence to prove that. But that would just be hilarious if that was the case. I mean, it'll save a maintenance cost for sure. The little coaster that could breaks down every 2 minutes. It is not that it could not do anything. The coaster that can't. What is wrong with this coaster? Why does it break down every 2 seconds? Oh my goodness. It's an Intamin. I made an Intamin. Hey, what's up? Flight of Fear is fun? Sure. Sure it is. I mean, it's alright. It's not awful. Yeah, the control panel was spoken again. All these people, oh no! Oh no, all these people just left the queue. This is all money I missed out on. All of this is money I missed out on. You waited 85 minutes for Flight of Fear. During Bring a Friend Day. Oh no. I mean, I think that's a pretty average Flight of Fear experience. I think the wait time is just like constantly 90 minutes for that ride. I would wait 10 minutes, 10 to 5 minutes, I don't know. I don't get a lot of enjoyment from that ride. Did that ride break down? It broke down again. Oh my goodness. I think I just need a refund. I need to contact the manufacturer, I need to sue them, I need to remove that ride, get a refund, and put a B&M there. You wait in what you can when you can rarely go to parks, that's fair. If you only have the opportunity to ride that ride, or rides in general a couple times a year, you gotta wait in line. What's my scenery rating at now? 65. What do I need to win? 160. I think I can get there. We can get there. Start some research for scenery. Every 2 minutes! It's literally every couple seconds this ride just breaks down. What is going on? Inspection schedule every 10 minutes. Request refurbishment. Hopefully this thing just works for at least 10 minutes. Would you say 65 minutes is normal wait for Mystic? I think normal wait is like 30 to 40 minutes. 65 minutes isn't awful for that ride. Especially on a weekend, I'd say 65 minutes is pretty average for a weekend. The secret tour on Flight of Fear. What's the secret tour? They were trying to make a group of 3 and you were a single rider. A group of 3? For what? Why would they need 3 for Flight of Fear? We got more scenery options now. Planet Coaster scenery and Western scenery. I just need to get that scenery rating up and then stream's over. Scenario's done. I mean, I'm making more than enough money from the coasters now. We got people in the park. We just need scenery. See you later, Bud. Next stream, probably this weekend. If not, it'll be on the release date of Planet Coaster 2. Thanks for hanging out. Planet Coaster replay? It's not going the best right now. This is like one of the easiest scenarios, and I've been stuck on it for like 3.5 hours. It's not going the best, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun, and that's what matters, you know. Or maybe I'm just coping. Maybe I'm just coping that I can't get past the easy scenario. Yeah, Planet Coaster 2 in less than 2 weeks. I cannot wait. It's been painful. If it's painful to watch, imagine how I feel. Stuck on the easiest scenario. What am I gonna do when the next game comes out and I just can't get past level 3? Oh, let's not think about that. Let's not think about that. Does that help the scenery rating at all? A little bit. What's bad about barely going to parks is having to remember how to use the restraints. Yeah, Flight of Fear has really confusing restraints because you have the seatbelt that's like on the side of the train. No, I don't blame you at all for forgetting that. Especially if you haven't been to the park in a while. I don't know how you would remember that. That's why the queue for Flight of Fear always takes so long. It always has such a long line because people can't figure out the seatbelts. And they can't dispatch the train because they have to help the people with the seatbelts. Flight of Fear is just not comfortable. It's really not. It's really not. No, Premier trains in general. I mean, I think those are the better Premier trains, to be honest. I think the newer Premier trains, like Icebreaker, those are way worse. I think the older ones, like Flight of Fear and Revenge of the Mummy. What else? I can't remember what else. But, yeah, I think those are the better ones. So I think the newer ones... I hope they do something better with Alpenfury. Alpenfury, with those awful Icebreaker restraints. It has the potential to be a great ride, I just hope the restraints don't ruin it. When I was in the queue, I was very confused why it was, like, pitch black in there, besides from the UFO lights. It was because the screens weren't working. Oh no. I mean, I remember a couple years ago, all the effects in the queue were working. I don't think I've waited in that queue long enough recently to notice if everything's working. Over the years, I've just waited so much in that queue. I'm perfectly happy never waiting in that queue again. But a couple years ago, everything was working. I can't speak for this year. I don't know, maybe someone in chat knows if they fixed the effects. How was Penguin Trek? I did not like Penguin Trek. I did not like Penguin Trek. The launches were really good. It has such a rattle though. It's really rattly. Borderline rough. It's almost a rough roller coaster. Even though it's brand new. The launches were really good. I like the launches on Penguin Trek. Besides that, I don't really care for the ride. Yeah, you didn't like Icebreaker either? I think, I don't know, I've ridden Icebreaker once, and it didn't really wow me. I think it's okay for what it is. The restraints on Icebreaker were way too tight for you. Honestly, I don't see how anyone can fit in the Icebreaker restraints. I mean, they're like the RMC restraints for me. The shin guard is horrible. I'm 6'4", so I barely even fit in the train. MH Reels, what's up? How's it going? We're playing some Planet Coaster tonight. I've been stuck on this scenario for like the past 3.5 hours. We're getting there. We're I didn't think it would take this long. I really did. You know, this is what I get for not playing the game for like 2 weeks. I forget how to play the game. I've been playing I sure have been playing this for a while. I'm trying to finish this scenario, but I've been stuck on it. I don't know, I'm trying. Hopefully I get somewhere with it. See, Icebreaker made you nervous for Top Thrill 2 because they both do the go forward, go backwards motion. I don't think the backwards launch on Icebreaker is even that intense. I think that's probably the dull part of the ride. That's probably like the weakest moment of the ride. Because it's not that fast, it's not that intense. It's okay. Or just needs scenery. Park has enough rides at this point, I just need the scenery rating to improve. You just watched a scary movie? What'd you watch? Perfect time for a scary movie. Halloween's right around the corner. I did not ride Cobra's Curse. There's still so many rides at Busch Gardens, Tampa that I haven't ridden. Tigress, Cobra's Curse. It's so hard to ride roller coasters there because everything has such a long wait and the operations are just horrible. Now there's still a lot of rides there that I haven't been on. I mean, not a lot. I think what, 2? I can only think of Tigress Curse. Did I just say Tiger's Curse? Cobra's Curse and Tigress. It's a challenge to get on rides there. Well, I'm so hyped for Planet Coaster 2. It's gonna be so much fun. Less than 2 weeks to go. You watch The Ring? I haven't seen that one. I remember at one point the sign for Cobra's Curse said 115 minutes, or like 105 minutes, and no way, no way. Except The Ring. Like the one I haven't seen. Scenery. I just need scenery at this park. And more trees. Don't watch it before I go to bed. I mean, isn't that the case for all horror movies, though? Like, isn't that the point of horror movies? No, you gotta watch horror movies before you go to bed. You gotta watch them while it's dark out. That's part of the fun. And don't do well spinning, but I'm okay on that ride. It's a fun ride. But I'm never going to wait 3 hours for that ride. My favorite horror movie is probably The Conjuring. I love The Conjuring movies. Dead Rising is also a really good one. I saw Evil Dead Rising in theaters, like, last year, I think? The Quiet Place movies? So good. Those are my favorites. At least it's an open-air ride. I was always afraid of spinning rides, but eventually came to like them. Same with the rides that go backwards. I mean, the nice thing about that ride is it's an easy way to introduce yourself to spinning rides and backwards rides, because it's like, what, a top speed of 30 miles per hour, and it only goes backwards and it only spins for a brief portion of the ride. So I think it's a good ride to start with if you've never been on a spinning coaster or a backwards coaster before. Yeah, people said Evil Dead Rising was good. It was great. It was a great horror movie. I saw it in the theater, and it was a really cool experience because all the people around me were terrified, and that adds to the experience, I think. Especially horror movies, yes, even the theater. You can't pay me to do the teacups at Disney. Me neither. I did the teacups, not the teacups. The, what would you call them? The barrels at Kings Island, Cargo Loco, and those are horrible. I never want to do those again. I got so nauseous from those. Your favorite horror movie is Sinister. I can't remember which one that is. What's Sinister about? Doofles' favorite ride is teacups. No, stop with the lies. I've had enough with the lies. Enough with the slander. This chat is just slanderous tonight. Some of you might not have been there for it, but they were claiming that my favorite rides were Corkscrew at Cedar Point, Magnum at Cedar Point, Valraven at Cedar Point. No, slanderous chat tonight. Your favorite horror movie is Scream, classic. Got sick in a bush after the teacups at Disney. MH Reels actually likes the teacups. You must be like the one in a million. I know no one that likes the teacups. Now spinning rides like that are just uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but they make me nauseous. They don't appeal to me at all. Alright, that's the first objective. I have 2 more objectives to go, and I've been playing for like almost 4 hours now. Oh my goodness, this is the easy scenario. This is the easy one. Do I have any more blueprints unlocked? I just need to spam scenery. Man, good for you. MH Reels, good for you. I mean, if you can enjoy the teacups, all the power to you. I cannot. I hate the teacups. Good for you, though. I mean, at least somebody in the world enjoys them. At least there's somebody out there who will ride the teacups. I will not. I will not. Ooh, I can put like a little piece of theming right here or something. I'll put theming in the queue. Look at that. Then we can put some mild theming by the wooden coaster. There we go. When you were younger, you could do the carnival ride tilt-a-whirl. I could never. No, that would be too much. I think the problem is this park had so much scenery and then I just deleted it all for money. And now I have to replace all the scenery. That's probably why it's taking me 4 hours. Demetrius is the type of person who takes the wheel and spins it extremely fast. Like the teacups is gonna fall off. Oh no, I would not want to ride that with you. No thank you. I used to be like that. I've done that before, and it just makes me incredibly nauseous. I mean, good for you though, good for you. At least yours are the teacups. This game is a blast to play. Kinda looking forward to 2 also. I have some gripes with this game. There's some things about this game that I don't like, but overall, it's a pretty good game. I'm really hoping they make some big improvements with Planet Coaster 2. We'll see, 2 weeks to go. Less than 2 weeks, actually. There's some scenery. Where can I put this? I just need to place scenery everywhere. Coaster It, what's up? How's it going? We're playing some 1 AM Planet Coaster because I can't beat this scenario. We're almost there, we're almost there. What is the most expensive piece of scenery? I just need to find an expensive piece of scenery and just spam it everywhere. There we go. That's the solution. I just place buildings everywhere. You don't get nauseous on spinning rides. That's a superpower. It really is. It really is. Now, there's so many that I would love to ride. There's one at the State Fair a year ago. I think it's called like the Tornado. It looks like such a fun ride, but it makes me so nauseous. I'd love to be able to ride rides like that. I just can't. Like, that really is a superpower. You're heading out, MH Fuels? Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Later, man. don't know where to put this. I think the solution is really just place buildings everywhere, and the scenery rating will improve. I'm gonna place this giant building over here and just pretend that it's like a hotel or something and not this ugly apartment building. There we go. It's that simple. It's really that simple. All it takes is just spend as much money as possible on scenery and you win the scenario. Alright, thank goodness. That scenario's finally over. Oh my goodness. I don't... This should not have taken me that long. That is the end of scenario number 4 in Planet Coaster. I'm probably going to play a couple more this week. Stay tuned for those. I've never been nauseous from a ride, but I get nauseous in a car. I am the opposite. I get nauseous on certain rides, but never cars. But this is the end of this stream in this scenario. It took me a very long time, but we got there in the end. Stay tuned for more Planet Coaster streams coming this week, and stay tuned for Planet Coaster 2 streams coming in the near future, less than 2 weeks away. Thank you to everybody in the chat for stopping by and hanging out, having some fun, and encouraging me while I get stuck on this stupid campaign. It was fun. I'll see all of you later in the future Planet Coaster streams. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.